Hey class, Dr. Mack here. We are headed into week 6. Can you believe it? As we jump into week 6, you will recognize that you do not have any discussion forums this week. You just have a written assignment. I believe it's the same thing next week. So if you're feeling not engaged or just need some one-on-one time, please feel free to reach out and we could set up a phone call or a video Zoom session. Week 8 is actually your busiest week. So if you want to get a head start on that, get your extra credit done, or, start on your forum or assignment for week 8, feel free to do so, as I know that will be the last week of class and it'll be right before Christmas. So everyone might be rushing around. And as a reminder, grades are due earlier that week, the last week. I think by Thursday or Friday, you'll have to look on the modules, because final grades will be due. So I have to get those in order for you to get grades for the semester, or else you will all get incompletes, and nobody wants that. So I'm reaching out. This week we look at more the decision-making process. You'll be conducting an interview with a friend, colleague, coworker, stranger, neighbor, mailman, about how power plays out in the workplace. We all think that power might follow a specific system or procedure. We've drawn those communication charts that show the flow of power from up, down, horizontal, vertical, diagonal, and that helps us learn about the types of power. Remember, we had referent power to positional power to informal, formal power. So there's a lot of ways that power works in the workplace. And with this week's assignment, we look into reality versus what we think or how it should actually work as far as decision making in the workplace. You'll interview someone. From the interview, your list of questions, you'll gather the answers and kind of be reflective on that assignment. Per retention research, you actually retain more information if you present it to someone else, or if you're actually out participating, being active, doing something with your learning. And thus, I hope that you enjoy the time that you take this week to engage with another person and interview them. It can also serve as a time for engagement and discussion as well. Since we don't have a discussion forum, take the time to be active and involved and talking with whoever it is you choose to interview. Part of the retention research strategy is why I have you all interviewing this week. It's why I have you presenting your interview and teaching others through your work of what you learned about the process of power in other workplaces and comparing it to concepts and theory. All of your assignments should be graded via the forums and written assignments thus far. If there's anything missing or you don't have a grade for something, let me know, and I'll follow up and be sure that everything is reflected well in the grade book. I hope that you're understanding the content. These books are great. I mean, they're easy to read and they're very, accessible. I think the 3 Signs of a Miserable Job is something that you'll carry with you throughout your life as you become managers, supervisors. You're always going to remember that the importance of, understanding how the whole comes together and your part in the whole picture. You're always going to understand and remember the importance of evaluation and measurement. And you're going to remember the importance of not making your employees or coworkers feel anonymous, of asking how their day went, of asking how their mother's doing who just had a medical procedure, of grabbing them their favorite coffee when they're running late to work and you've stopped at the coffee shop beforehand. It's those small things that I hope that you all will carry with you as you go into leading virtual teams or real teams in the future. And those are some key concepts that I hope are useful. And yeah, so that I just wanted to share some examples and talk about the next couple weeks and what that looks like. Most of the point deductions from written assignments has been because you're not clearly answering each question. Be sure that each question is answered and that I can identify your answer clearly throughout your paper. Also, be sure you're following APA format with a title page, reference page, sources, citations. If the information in your paper is not common knowledge, you cannot just not cite it. That's considered plagiarism and is actually an automatic failure at the university. However, I've given you some leadway, but not all teachers will be as forgiving. So if you're pulling information from the book, from a video, from a source that is not yourself, unless you have a book, and even if you do have a book, you have to cite it. I cite myself with my own work. You need to cite it within your paper. And those citations that are within your paper should also be found on your reference page. And those citations that are on your reference page should also be found within your paper. So it works vice versa. So keep those items in mind as we move forward in the next 3 weeks and you have some more written assignments on the table. I hope that you're enjoying the course. I hope you're understanding the power of power, the impact of power, the types of power, and how power is used to influence others, how we use relationship building and communication to influence others. And yeah, feel free to reach out if you have any questions, and we'll talk soon. Take care.